Pancasila as national principle. Learning objective. Understand concept, nature, and important Pancasila as the basic of the state or the basic philosophy of the Republic of Indonesia in state life. This is important to remember laws and regulations which govern state organization, state governance mechanisms, relation between citizen and the state must be in accordance with Pancasila values. Country concept and country objective. State administration. Country from perspective state administration list can be seen from two approaches, that is, one country in a state of silence, which is the focus of the study mainly to shape the organizational structure of the state. Two, country in a state of moving. Point one, the focus of the study is mainly on the organizing mechanisms of the institution country, both at the central and regional level. Point two covers what form of government is considered most appropriate for a country. Aristotle, the state police is an association of family and its village get the best life possible. Hugo de Groot, the state is a perfect community of people who are free to obtain legal protection. Hansen Kelsen, state is a social arrangement of living together with compulsion. Woodrow Wilson, the state is the people who are organized for deep law certain areas, a people organized for life within a defined territory. Power and Power theory as destination country. Niccolo Machiavelli. King should know that he is always surrounded by people who are always lurking weakness, waiting for an opportunity to pounce off size position. Then the king must arrange and add power continuously. Independence as destination country. Herbert Spencer. Country it is nothing but a means for man to gain more freedom than he had before the existence of the state. So the state is tool to enforce independence. Theory of justice as destination country. Aristotle. The state should guarantee the good life of its citizens. This goodness of life is the noble goal of the state. This can only be achieved by justice on which every government should be based. This justice must be expressed with constitution. National principle. 1. State form government system and state goals, like what it wants to be realized as well. 2. How do we realizing the goals of the country? 3. Determined by national principle adopted by the country concerned. The consequence of Pancasila as the basis of the state for the Republic of Indonesia, among others. Indonesia is a state, unitary state in the form of a republic, Article 1 of the 1945 Constitution. The verse describes the Pancasila relationship to be precise, third precept with the form of the state adopted by Indonesia, namely as unitary state, not as a union state. The second, affirming that Indonesia adheres to a form republic of the republic, not despot, host, or absolutism. The concept of a republic is in line with the second and fourth precept of Pancasila, namely the country democratic law. Article 1, paragraph 2 of the 1955 Constitution, sovereignty is in the hands of the people and implemented according to basic law. Point 1, confirming that the Republic State Indonesia adheres constitutional democracy, not people democracy as is found in the concept of communist country. Article 1, paragraph 3 of the 1955 Constitution emphasized that the state of Indonesia is state law. Point 1, that principle reflects that Indonesia state is in line with the second precept of Pancasila. Second, concept Indonesia rule of law is a combination of three elements, namely Pancasila, national law, and state goals. Concept Pancasila as national principle. In terminological, national principle interpret as one, foundation and resource informing and administering a country. Two, the sources of all sources of state law. Theoretically, the basic term that referring to the opinion of hand council is called a basic norm of ground norm. Basic norm, this is highest norm that underlie unity, norm system in society which regularly belongs to which country its nature doesn't change. Basic state position different with the position of laws and regulation because the basis of the state is sources of statutory regulation. Implication from position national principle is then the basic of the state is permanent while laws and regulations are flexible in the sense that it can be changed according to the demands of the times. National principle is a basic norm in the state administration which becomes source from all sources of law as well as legal ideals, both written and unwritten in a country. Ideals of the law, it will direct the law to the mind together from the community. Ideals reflect similarity, interest among fellow citizens. The essence of Pancasila as national principle. Acceptance of Pancasila as national principle bring consequence accept and enact rules. Guidance in state policy making, especially in national law policy. Mahfud MD from Pancasila basic state that born at least for the lead of providers in making political law and state policy lawyers, namely as follows. Public policy and political law gotta keep up integration or national integrity both ideologically and territorially. Public policy and political law must be based on affordable democracy, people's sovereignty, and democracy state law all at once. General policy and legal politics must be based on effort building social justice for all Indonesian people. General policy and legal politics must be based on principle of religious tolerance, civilized. Public policy and political law must be based on effort build social justice for all the people. Social justice for other people of Indonesia. Indonesia is not a believer liberalism, but ideologically embraces the pragmatics between individualism and collectivism with an emphasis on general welfare and social justice. Public policy and political law have the base and principle of religious tolerance. Indonesia is not a religious country, so it is prohibited to produce legal policies or politics based on or dominated by one particular religion on any name. But Indonesia is also not a secular country bereft or religion, so that any policy or legal politic must be imbued with the teaching of foreign religion that have noble aim for humanity. Pancasila position as national principle can be detailed as follows. One, the source of all sources of orderly Indonesian law. Second, encompassing the mystical atmosphere of the 1945 Constitution. Three, realizing legal ideal for the basis of the state. Four, consent norm that require the Constitution consent is content obligating the government to uphold the noble moral ideals of the people. Five is the source of the spirit of the Constitution 1945 for state administration, government, executive. The urgency of Pancasila as national people. Sukarno described the urgency of people for the Indonesian people as follows. One, Pancasila is well chow on basic philosophy. Two, Pancasila is one tool to unite the which is also essentially a unifying tool in the struggle for eliminate all the diseases that have been found for decades, namely especially emphysema. Values of the vision as a source of ethic and spirituality, which is vertical transcendental, is considered important as ethic fundamental of state life. According to Pancasila, the state is expected to protect and develop religious life, while religion is expected to play a public role related to strengthening social ethics. As a country inhabited by people with multi-religions and multi-faith, the Indonesia state is expected to be able to take the same disdain, protect against all religions and beliefs. Sen can develop value guide politics religions. Humanitarian values, universal which come from God's law, natural law, and nature social, considered important as fundamental ethics of state life in world relations. The broad, the broad principle of nationalism leads toward brotherhood, which is developed by means of externalization and internalization. Human ethical values must be deeply rooted in the national social circle before reaching out in the world. An ethno-symbolic perspective that blends between a modernist perspective which emphasizes the element of newness in the nationality with primordial and perennialist perspective who see the old element in nationality. Indonesia has a strong national principle and vision, can not only bring together the pluralism of society and the novelty of a common political community. It is also able to provide possibilities for community diversity, not to be uprooted from the traditional and historical roots of each. Define values, human values, and national values as aspiration is its actualization must uphold the population sovereignty that led by wisdom. In the principle of musyawarah mufakat, decisions are not dictated by the majority of minority force of political elites and entrepreneurs, but led by wisdom that clarifies the deliberative neutrality and wisdom of every citizen without discrimination. Divine values, humanitarian values, national values and ideals, and deliberative democracy is acquires meaning as far as in manifesting social justice. In the vision of social justice according to Pancasila, what is desired is a balance between the role of humans and individual beings and the role of women as social beings. Also between the fulfillment of civic and political rights with economic, social, and cultural rights. Thank you very much.